Hey everybody, we're back today. We're going to reduce more fractions. It's just what we did on Wednesday. But I wanted to show you another word because I don't think I did. Reduce and simplify mean the same thing. You might hear some math teachers or some math books may read reduce to lowest terms. They might say simplify to lowest terms. And lowest terms means exactly to reduce and simplify. Reduce and simplify are the same words. So we're going to start today. Now, if you haven't printed the attached page, print it, or if you don't want to use your printer, if your printer's not working, pull it up and copy the problems down onto a piece of paper. All right, because we're going to be working these out together today. So pause and go print, or pause and get a piece of paper if you haven't already. I'm going to start out with an example. This is pretty easy. It's 10/40, or 10 over 40. Now ask yourself, when the numerator go into the denominator, will 10 go into 40? And we all know that 10 times 4 is 40. Now, do you see why I'm saying you've got to know your multiplication? It makes it so much easier. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 40 divided by 10 is 4. How do we check it? We go backwards. We go 4 times 10 equals 40. 1 times 10 equals 10. So that is the lowest term. So that's your example. It's already done for you. So we're going to go on and we're going to do number 1 together. 8/64. Okay, ask yourself, will our numerator go into the denominator? And yes, we know that 8 times 8 is 64. So what are we going to divide it by? That's right, eighths. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. 64 divided by 8 is 8. So your answer would be 8/64 equals 1/8. And that is number 1. So we just did number 1 together. Okay, so now let's look at number 2. Number 2 is 7/56, or 7 over 56. Ask yourself, will the numerator go into the denominator? And we're thinking about our 7s, and we know what they are. And yes, 7 times what is 56? That's right. 7 times 8 is 56. So we're going to divide. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So 7/56 equals 1/8. And that's number 2. I'm going to be looking at number 3. It's fairly easy. Number 3, 4/12. Ask yourself, will 4 go into 12? And the answer is yes. So we're going to divide it by the numerator. 4 over 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 4/12 equals 1/3. And there's number 3. Okay, number 4 might make us think a little bit more, but that's okay because we all can think. 40 over 64. Now we know that 40 will not go into 64 because 40 times 1 is 40. 40 times 2 is 80. So we have to look. So let's just stop and let's just look at 40 real quick. What numbers goes into 40? I know I've got 1 times 40. I've already told you though, can't use 1. We know 40 won't go into it, so that helps us none. 2 times 20. Okay. This is an even number, isn't it? That's right. So 2 will go into 64, so I'm going to circle that. Will 3 go into 64? No, nor will it go into 40. 4 goes into 40. Okay. I lost my brain. Will 4 go into 64? Well, let's see. Do we know if 4 going to 64? Well, I'm going to divide it. And this is how this is messing up right here. Okay, 4 going to 24 how many times? Okay, that's very good. 6. So 4 will go into 64, and 4 goes into 10. 4 times 10 is 40, and then 4 times 16 is 64. So I'm going to circle that one. We know that 5 goes into 40. 5 times 8. 5 times 8. We know 5 will not go into 64 because it ends with a 4. But ask yourself, will 8 go into 64? We already know that, don't we? 8. So 6 doesn't go into 40, 7 doesn't go into 40, so we can stop because 7, 8 are next door neighbors, and that's when we know we're finishing factoring. So our factors for this are 2, 4, and 8. Now I can divide by any of these numbers and come up with lower fractions, but they want to know reduced to the lowest term. So I find my greatest common factor, and that is 8. I'm going to divide. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 64 divided by 8 is 8. So our answer is 40 64ths equals 5 eighths. Now I want you to look. Do you see how much smaller that is? But they're the same thing. But we had to work a little bit harder on that one, didn't we? Some of them, it's going to take a little bit more time. And the further along we go, the harder our fractions are going to be. Now, number 5, what is number 5? I'm not even going to make you write number 5 out. We have 10 20ths. We know that's already 1/2 because we've already done that. Oh, that's an easy one. Let's look at number 6. 21 over 56. Now, we know that 21 will not go in to 56. All right, so let's look at 21. What goes into 21? We know that 1 times 21, we're not going to use either of these, so I'm going to mark these out. 2 can't go into 21 because it ends in an odd number. We know that 3 times 7 is 21. That's right. Are there anything else? Nope, nothing else that will go into 21. So we've got 3 and 7. So we're going to ask ourselves, will 3 go into 56? Well, 56 is a pretty big number, so I'm going to divide it just to find out. Will 3 go into 26? No, so we can't use that, can we? What about 7? Yep, we know. We know that 7 will go into it. So what's our greatest common factor? That's right, it's going to be 7. So 21 divided by 56, and you're going to divide 7. I'm going to have to erase some of this because I was a little bit big and sloppy. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So 21, 56 equals 3 eighths. And there you go for number 6. Are they getting easier? I hope so. Okay, so let's go now to number 7. 21 over 28. Now, we know that 21 won't go into 28. We just did 21. They're factors. Do you remember the factors of 21? Number 1 times 21, 3 times 7, and I think that's it, right? So what number? We know 1 won't go into 28. We know 21 won't go into 28. 3 is not going to go into 28. So 7. Will 7 go into 28? Yes. That's our greatest common factor. And we're going to divide 21 28ths by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 28 divided by 7 is 4. So 21 28ths equals 3 fourths. So number 7 is 3 fourths. I hope you're doing this with me. Number 8, I'm going to let you do it by yourself. And then I'm going to give you a few seconds. I'm going to do number 8. Number 8 is 6 16ths. Now ask yourself, will the numerator go into the denominator? No, 6 will not go into 16. So we have to find a number that will go into 6 and 16. Go. Okay, think about your factors of 6. 1 times 6, which we're not going to use either one of them. 2 times 3. Now, that's all there is. So, will 2 go into 16? Yep. Will 3 go into 16? No. So, what are you going to go divide by? 2. So, go divide by 2. Six divided by 2 is 3. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So 6 16ths equals 3/8. I think you're getting it. I feel it. I feel in my heart you're getting it. Okay, we're going to do 2 more, and then you're going to do the rest of the page by yourself. Okay, so number 9 is 18/27. 18 will not go into 27. Now, not many things are going to go into 27, right? So let's think about what goes into 27. We've got 1 times 27, which we're not going to use. Won't go into 2. Then we've got 3 times 9. We're finished. So here's our 2 factors. But 9 is the greatest common factor. So we're going to divide 18/27 by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 27 divided by 9 is 3. So 18/27 equals 2/3. Okay, it's getting easier, isn't it? Okay, we're going to do 1 more. And this last one's pretty easy. Go on and start doing it. Some of these you do not have to factor because you already know, and this is one of them. 7/21. Will 7 go into 21? Yes, it will. So we don't have to work too hard on this one. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 1/3. So 7/21 equals 1/3. Okay, now I want you to go do 11 through 20. When you finish it, you're going to put these answers I have written, put these problems on a Google page, a Google form for you, and then I'm going to let you choose the answers. So be careful, do your best. If you're not getting it, if you'll just shoot me an email, and I will see what else I can do to help you before we move along. I know you're working hard. I'm proud of all of you, and have a happy day.